Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Edition. 91 years old and about to walk 100 kilometres. Meet the inspiring senior athlete who's leaving her younger rivals behind.
Plus, Spice Girls secrets. Why Mel B's former nanny is revealing all about his famous boss and she's not happy about it.
Then he's helped generations of kids to stay alive and do the five. But now Florence has a new message for older Australians.
And Dolly Parton's calling. The major star makes a huge all-singing, all-dancing announcement. That is soon for you.
Also ahead for you, we'll tell you which huge musical acts have just been confirmed to perform at the AFL Grand Final. But let's begin with the latest from the 7 Newsroom. Thanks, Ryan.
Tom, Sally, good to be with you both. Good afternoon, everyone. The NRL has been rocked by another scandal today, with a young woman claiming two South Sydney Rabbitohs players took off their pants during a video chat. The Rugby League Club has launched an investigation. More from Tom Saker.
Good morning. The focus on finals football and a famous rivalry between the Rabbitohs and the Dragons has been overshadowed by a scandal that happened more than 3 months ago. Some of South Sydney's biggest names were reportedly involved in a FaceTime conversation with a 23-year-old woman in Auckland after the Rabbitohs beat the Warriors on May 26. The 23-year-old woman says the video chat turned ugly when some players indecently exposed themselves. News Corp reports that she felt violated and disgusted and emailed the club the day after. The football operations manager was believed to have received her email on June 1 and said they'd take the matter seriously, but no further correspondence was had, and the club allegedly claimed her emails were tagged as spam. South's coach Anthony Seibold told the media this morning the integrity unit were only informed a couple of days ago, and the timing for both the club and the league couldn't be worse.
All I can do is control what we do inside the change rooms there this morning and how we prepare on the park.
General Manager of South Shane Richardson emphatically denied knowing about the incident until the last couple of days. So far, none of the players involved have been named, but it's believed officials spoke to them this morning before training.
Tom Saker there with that report. Mother of two is facing court today, accused of a ramming frenzy in a car park in Sydney South. Police say she was drug-affected when she allegedly drove her four-wheel drive into several cars before stabbing a police officer. Natasha Squarey has more.
Accused driver Courtney Ann Bell is now facing a string of very serious charges after a terrifying rampage which left 10 vehicles damaged, including a police car. The 38-year-old local mother was allegedly doing laps at high speed in and around the Sutherland car park just before 5 yesterday afternoon. Police say she was smashing into cars and almost took out pedestrians. She was screaming at residents to get out of the way, and some say she was counting down from 5 before ramming into cars. When officers arrived, she wouldn't give up. One officer smashed the window to try to make an arrest, but after briefly using his capsicum spray, Ms Bell allegedly slashed him with garden shears.
The officers did a great job. They were very brave in stopping that vehicle and positioning themselves. And if that vehicle was to travel out of there and continue in that manner, yes, it could have well have been very nasty and a lot more damage done.
The injured police officer was taken to hospital where he required stitches to his hand, while Ms Bell was taken to Sutherland Police Station and charged. Investigators are still trying to work out how Ms Bell ended up at the car park and why she allegedly caused so much damage.
Thanks, Natasha Squarey there. 10 million people are bracing for potentially life-threatening flooding and storm surges as Hurricane Florence bears down on the east coast of the United States. Strong winds and heavy rain is already lashing parts of North Carolina. It's been downgraded to a Category 2 storm, but meteorologists are still warning it will pack a punch, bringing winds of up to 170 kilometres an hour. Around 2 million people have been evacuated as the hurricane approaches. It's expected to make landfall sometime tomorrow. And there is another emergency in America's northeast where dozens of homes and businesses have caught fire in a series of explosions. The blasts erupted in several Boston suburbs. It appeared to be a random pattern but was soon linked to a faulty gas line. There have been reports of multiple injuries. Residents were warned to get out of their homes if they smell gas and not to turn on appliances. Firefighters were stretched thin as they responded to at least 3 dozen fires. Some homes were burning with no fire crews available to put out the flames. A driver's dash cam has captured another driver's Dukes of Hazzard moment. The video shows the silver van speeding towards a roundabout in England, apparently unable to see the large warning signs and road markings indicating the turning point. It overtakes another car before hitting the edge of the roundabout and taking flight. Police have confirmed the video is in fact real. 3 people were taken to hospital. Wow, quite spectacular, wasn't it?
Yeah, lucky there were more hurt.
Yeah, indeed. Thanks, mate. Still to come on the show, the Aussie celebrity whose debut single went straight to #1 before being banned. We'll tell you who and why soon. And we say hello to a 91-year-old athlete with an incredible medal tally with Australian and world records to her name. Heather Lee reveals what keeps her motivated.
But next, a Mel B bombshell. A new claims about the Spice Girl emerge as their former employee breaks his silence.
If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my